As the national headlines are focusing on singer David, this morning we're shining a spotlight on victim Celeste Rivas Hernandez, 3 weeks after her body was discovered in the trunk of singer David's Tesla. It remains unclear how she died, and police are uncertain if there's any criminal culpability for anything beyond the concealment of her body. No suspects have been named, no persons of interest have been named, but in an exclusive interview with TMZ, a former boyfriend of Celeste describes her troubled home life and what she told him right before she went missing.
We were at PE, and she told me and my friend that she was running away, and she said it was because of her parents, and she was like joking about it, and she was like happy, like joking like she always was, and like it didn't seem real because like she was like playing around, joking about it, and the next day she wasn't at school, and like that's the last time I saw her.
So was there a troubled home life that she was experiencing? Why would she want to run away? Or wasn't there? Was the home life fine? Was she running to someone else? Let's talk about this. Let's bring in criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Matt Timpanek and retired NYPD Sergeant Joe Giacalone. Sarge, what do you think, having dealt with a lot of runaways, missing kids cases? Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, there's always a nexus about why sometimes these kids leave. I mean, she got caught up, in the limelight too, right? So she's friends with this David guy. He's a famous internet singer and all the other things that go along with it. He's doing national tours, and I think there's just a general kind of likeness to go towards that route. Especially when you're a young, impressionable girl. So I mean, there's a lot of different things that go on. We don't know really anything that's really going on in the home, but listen, there are plenty of issues. The reason why kids would run away, and variety of them tend to go by things or problems at home.
Appreciate it, Sarge. I've got a clip. This is from TikTok. One of Celeste's former teachers is speaking about her going missing, and he's doing it in front of the class. Let's take a listen to what he says.
When I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, that they were like blackmailing him, all of this stuff. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media.
Matt Timpanek, what do you think hearing that it wasn't just one departure from home, that, as the teacher said, she had left, police found her, returned her, and then she goes again. She told the story, and we know that she's alive. We're going to talk about it for a second after the point of May of 2024 that he's referencing here. But what do you think about the back and forth?
It definitely creates a scenario where if David were to be arrested, it's a plan B scenario. It's like, I didn't do it. That body was placed in there by somebody else. And this home life situation, very chaotic, one that she wanted to get away from, along with the ex-boyfriend's testimony, creates a plausible theory that potentially her parents had something to do with that. And when you think about it, it's just horrific to even contemplate. But what we know, having done this for years, is it's not outside the realm of possibility. So when you hear it, it sounds absurd, but when you look at it from a beyond a reasonable doubt standpoint, it becomes more and more plausible.
Well, I like what you're saying there, Matt. I want to play another clip for you both. So this is fast forwarding from the time the teacher was talking about when she's back in school in May of 2024, September of 2024. We know that she's arguing with her parents' neighbors. There was a video that was taken presumably from a Ring doorbell camera or something of that sort. TMZ obtained this video. Let's take a listen to her.
All the way up to the end?
Right there. I'll tell you where that. See that door right there? Number 2, not that.
Let me talk real quick, okay? You gonna let me talk?
I ain't gonna let you talk.
No, you ain't gonna let me talk. Why you not gonna let me talk? You tripping?
I ain't tripping.
Nah, you ain't. You tripping? How about you ain't tripping? You gonna let a woman talk?
Oh, what do you think of that? She's not afraid to speak her mind and yelling at these neighbors. Joe Giacalone, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I worked in New York City for a long time, and, you see situations like this go up all the time. And, yes, I mean, yes, so she's angry, she's talking. But you know what? The grand scheme of things here is that the police have to eliminate all of the suspects in this situation. And, one video of her, yelling at people is not going to sway an investigator. The investigators are going to take a look at this. And I believe what I refer to as the 3 forensic horsemen are going to solve this case. That's video surveillance, cell phone records, and internet records. We know that Tesla has cameras all over the car and possibly even inside. And I'm sure they already have those through warrants. And we're going to find out, I think, soon enough. And listen, always look at what the police are not saying. So when you read the statement like that, they're just basically saying, oh, well, we don't really know anything. Yeah, that's not the case. They're working on this case. They're going to come up with something. And I always like to say, they always seem to pull the rabbit out of the hat. Mm-hmm. And we just have to be patient.
Exactly. Yeah, I learned that a long time ago when I was a young reporter in Ohio, and I learned that they're always 3 steps ahead of what they let you know in the public and in the media of where they are with the case, and for a good reason. We want to make sure they're doing things right. Matt Timpanic, I'm not going to let you go without asking you about charges here. A lot of people are going, well, why in the world isn't somebody charged with something? Somebody being David, because that car is registered to him. Also, because it seems that many friends, TMZ has spoken to many friends of David's who have said that they knew he and Celeste to be a couple and had seen them together in this romantic relationship when we know she was way underage, like maybe 12 or 13 when she met this guy. What do you think about the fact that no charges, even for that at this point?
Well, remember, whenever you charge somebody, you do that understanding you're not going to get any further cooperation. So if he was charged with some kind of sexually based offense, then when they're going to try to actually solve the murder case, they're not going to get any from him. His attorney's not going to allow him to speak whatsoever. So by the act of not charging somebody, you open the possibility that he can be cooperative, whether that's help you solve the case or help him actually implicate yourself. Like the sergeant was saying, it's like you need to be able to build your case first before you can go on it. And I think that if they were to charge him with something, any cooperation would be eliminated.